Good afternoon everybody and welcome to the Bannister Prentice Stadium for this FA Women's National League Division 1 clash between Leeds United and Cheadle Town Stingers. Team units will be available shortly. In the meantime, bar and food kiosks are open. Seniors for today, starting with our visitors, Cheadle Town. In goal number 13, Sophie Donald. Number 3, Georgia Plant. Number 4, Yasmin Hamed. Number 5, Natasha Shepley. Number 7, Jessica Gillen. Number 8, Neve Bertusel. Number 9, Rachel Dunlop. Number 10, Jessica Lightfoot. Number 14, Isabel Dean. Number 16, Harriet Houghton. Number 17, Ella Harris. Subs for Cheadle are number 2, Lily Weston. Number 6, Megan Landing. Number 11, Rebecca Coe. Number 12, Paris Ford. Number 15, Erin Caldecott. Number 18, Kenzie Bentley. And number 19, Millie Dooley. For Leeds United, in goal, number 1, Carrie Simpson. Number 2, and the captain, Shauna Legg. Number 3, Rebecca Bass. Number 5, Emily Cassidy. Number 6, Alice Hughes. Number 8, Ellie White. Number 10, Catherine Smith. Number 14, Amy Woodruff. Number 17, Alanya Millard. Number 18, Maisie Ellis. And number 20, Darcy Green. Subs for Leeds today, number 39, Katie Mortimer. Number 9, Brittany Sanderson. Number 12, Abigail Lee. Number 5, Paige Williams. Number 9, Ruth Waldron. Number 22, Monique Watson. And number 27, Abby Graham. Leeds run capacity field, Cheadle, Stingers, and Leeds United.
Good afternoon and welcome to LUTV's coverage. The Leeds United women are back in action this afternoon at Bannister Prentice Stadium, looking to get a victory over Cheadle Town Stingers, a team who will have aspirations of promotion alongside them. Leeds are unbeaten this year, opening draw followed by a 2-0 win over Cheadle Street, with Alice Hughes and Kath Smith getting on the score sheets. The Stingers sit above Leeds, one place above, because they've won 2 from 2. Beat Blackburn 2-0 and then Huddersfield Town 2-1. And the two teams split the results last year. Leeds won 3-2 away and then 2-1 defeat at home, which struggled to help Salmon Woodside earn promotion on their way to another solid campaign. Speaking to the club this week, Kath Smith mentioning how much of a tough game this will be. Hard to break down, a tough team, which we expect. This is going to be a battle right from the first whistle, and we can run you through the two teams ahead of kick-off. So for Salmon Wood, it is Carrie Simpson who's back in goal. Shauna Legg, Rebecca Bass, Emily Cassidy, Alice Hughes, Ellie White, Catherine Smith, Amy Woodruff, Alana Millard, Macy Ellis and Darcy Green. And the bench is Katie Mortimer, Brittany Sanderson, Abigail Lee, Paige Williams, Ruby Waldron, Monique Watson and Abby Graham. As for our visitors today, Cheadle Town Stingers go with Donald, Plant, Shepley, Ahmed, Gillin, Birtwistle, Dunlop, Lightfoot, Dean, Houghton and Harris. And the bench is Weston, Landing, Coe, Ford, Caldecott, Bentley and Dooley. Joined by Bridie Hannon for today's game. Thank you for joining us, Bridie. We've had a mixed start in terms of results have been positive. One was more progressive than the other because the first game of the season, a really tough battle, very hard to break down. The second, a bit more joy. And today might be a mix of the two, because Cheadle Town, as we discussed at the start of the season, there's a second promotion spot available. And Leeds, alongside Cheadle, alongside the likes of Doncaster, are all going to be having aspirations that they can be worthy of that spot. And this is probably a good marker for the season, where they're standing, Bridie, and how they stack up.
Yeah, it's definitely a huge opportunity this season for Leeds United to get promoted. As you know, we've been in this fourth tier for quite some time now, and I think this is a needed change, as I'm sure a lot of the other teams in this league will also agree. We've obviously recruited really well this year and last. We obviously marginally just missed out last year, but yeah, I think it's a real opportunity this year. We've had a good pre-season, good start to the season. You know, the draw against Charlotte, they were a very good team, so it was a good result in the end. This is going to be a huge test today. Cheadle unfortunately didn't go up last year. It went right down to the wire on, I think it was goal difference, but they're a really tough team. They've strengthened well. They've brought in quite a lot of experience all over the park. Last week against Huddersfield, they scored kind of really late on in the game. They've showed real resilience. So this is going to be definitely the hardest game so far. They only conceded 11 goals overall last year, so they're a tough team to break down. So these girls are going to have to be at the best today if we're going to get a result today.
Yeah, last few team talks and plenty of experience in there. A lot of voices to give an opinion. Officially, Shauna Legg is the captain, but you've got Rebecca Bass, who was ex-captain of current captain, and they share the duties in the group. You've got some passionate players like of Woodruff, Kath Smith as well, so there'll be no shortage of opinions ahead of kick-off, as the referee will do the old school counting version of what we all were used to growing up playing the game. And now we are officially ready. Grass looks like it's had a lot of joy from the recent rainfall. It was looking very barren a couple of weeks ago. And now we should be good to go for hopefully a good afternoon at the office. And it is a good header out from left back from Millard, who's switched flanks for this afternoon. And the call goes Cheadle Town's way. Compose at the back from Legg, who gets the ball away from trouble. She has Cassidy alongside her at centre half. First couple of set pieces going the way of the visitors.
Yeah, it's interesting. Rachel Dunlop, the girl who's taking the corner now, she's scored 11 goals last season. She's really quite prolific. She's got a good goal against us last season as well. One to watch.
Yeah, quite an interesting split of players in and around the box for Cheadle Town. Right underneath the crossbar. And Cassidy, one of the players, wrestling to get the ball free. There's a player offside. Bass just checks that and plays the ball away. Playing it right back today, where we traditionally saw her back in the day when she was in the first team. Since recovering from her knee injury, which is the main thing, is the fact she's got regular games and she's coming through unscathed. Touch wood, that continues. And she's now back at right back rather than at centre half. As per usual, you've got Woodruff up front. Cass Smith just playing off her. Should be Ellis playing out wide with Green on the other flank as well. So almost like a 4-2-3-1 setup with sitting midfielders being White and Hughes.
Yeah, I think it's key to note as well, Abby Graham, she's done a really, really good job. The 16-year-old who's come up to the first team this year, she's on the bench today. I think she had a bit of a knock last week, suffering with a bit of a dead leg. But yeah, it's good to see her on the bench, and hopefully we'll see her make another appearance today. But yeah, she had another really good performance last week at Cheadle Street.
Good header from Smith. Keeps Leeds on the attack. Green didn't really fancy the option she had. Smith is fouled according to her. The challenge will come in, one that is cheered by the visiting bench. Ball taken with that free kick, and now flick towards goal. Woodruff has a second go at it. Good save, very good save. That could well be a free kick, and it will be. Sophie Donald, very good reactions down to her right hand side, because Woodruff's got some good contact on it, Bridie, and it was a bit scrappy but almost worked perfectly. Yeah,
it was a decent free kicking initially from Emily Cassidy. Good kind of little link-up play there between Amy Woodruff and Darcy Green. We saw how dangerous Darcy is coming in on that right foot. But, yeah, just an instinctive striker's kind of shot at goal then. So, yeah, she was unlucky. But, yeah, credit to the goalkeeper. Good save, Sophie Donald.
So there's a issue here for one of the Cheadle Street players, who I'm guessing suggesting that maybe she might have cut the leg. I mean, I don't want to sound old, but if she wore proper shin pads, there'd be no issue. We move on as Ellis tried to charge down the clearance.
Did you want to move on so I couldn't confirm that you were sounding old?
Am I right though? I am right.
No comment.
100% right. She's still getting 10 to 2. Again, she'd be on the pitch if that's not my issue. Doesn't play for our team. As Leeds win a throw. Bit of an arm wrestle so far this game. Referee is just going to tell Leeds to come further back, and that is because one of the Cheadle Town players, the one that was in question with the knock, I think it was Isabel Dean. Referee wasn't too happy. Now he's allowed her back on the pitch, so the game can continue. Millard down the line was looking for Woodruff. There was also Smith there, so Leeds get another throw. Good touch from White. She'll try to turn it goalwards. Picking up the pieces will be Bass if she's quick enough. Wants the 1-2 with Ellis, just a little bit short on the return 1-2. Good challenge from Bass. Keeps Leeds at least penning Cheadle Town in. They will be conceding a goal kick, but it's a nod of approval from Bridie sat alongside me, because it's the hard yards you have to earn, that sort of position on the pitch, Bridie.
Well, it is, and you know, we're in the first 5 minutes of the game, and I know there's still a hell of a long way to go, but you know, we've showed what we want to do in this game. We're not going to sit here and kind of let Cheadle come on to us. You know, we want to win this game. We want the 3 points, and I think it's been positive so far. We've kind of pinned them back. Obviously, we've had a chance there. Some really good play by Bass on the right hand side. And yeah, I'm feeling positive. I can feel a goal coming.
Good header from Hughes. Wide it goes to Ellis, who's just trying to turn it to Smith. She gets there eventually. White to leg, and Leeds just try to get the ball down and play a bit of football. Now, this has been frustrated. The last couple of balls that she's got, she's given away, but the position she's getting in, we know that she's going to be dangerous when she gets that time.
Yeah, I just felt like a minute ago, I felt like Shauna Legg could have just opened the body out slightly and just gone the other way. Emily Cassidy was shouting for the ball, and it felt like it was quite congested down that right-hand side, which obviously proved that it was, because, you know, Cheadle won the ball back fairly quickly there. But it's a good pitch. We've got to use the width. You know, we are dangerous with our pace and trickery, so we need to use it.
Bash just waiting for the ball to be retrieved. Ellis picks it up under pressure. Does well to send it inside to Woodruff, who was looking for Smith. That's cut out. Good hold up play by Dunlop, which one of those players that you made that much of an impression against Leeds last year. It's hard to forget the performance she had. She's very technically good. Cassidy plays a good ball into Millard, whose touch is heavy. Millard gives away a free kick. Leeds' defence pretty perplexed by the decision. Did you see anything wrong with that, Brady?
Not at all. Not at all. We've got to be careful here, though, because we don't want to be giving away kind of silly set pieces. You know, they are dangerous. You know, they've got some really, really good players, and Jess Lightfoot, she's one of the new strikers for them. She is the number 10. She's on loan from Everton. She was already off the mark against Blackburn Rovers, scoring on her debut, so I think it's one to watch.
Flick on header. It was by Dean, who managed to break free from her marker and glance it towards goal.
Yeah, it was a good ball in. Sigh of relief.
I will say actually about the injury to her leg, it's actually near the knee, so it's not as low as I thought to the shin. So she does have a slight excuse. I'd happily put some apology towards her.
I'll let her know after the game if she's not seen it.
Smith's flick on header. A bit short of a teammate, Hughes, and then Cassidy getting to the important flick-ons. Bass try to control possession, and Hughes back to Cassidy, who drops the shoulder nicely and now tries to play in Rebecca Bass, and that's unlucky. It's one of those situations we say every week, the pitch at Garforth, when it looks like it's a good pass, it has to be nearly bang on, because once it takes a bounce, there is no stopping the ball.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. They've put so much work into it, and I think it's a lot better than it was, but still work to be done, but unfortunately it's not an overnight thing. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Emily Cassidy there. I think she's made a couple of substitute appearances so far, but you know, she's a midfielder by trade, and you know what they say, as you get older you get further back. That's what happened to me. That's how I ended up being a centre half, and that's what she's done, but she's technically very, very good.
Dunlop glancing towards goal. Did think she was going to shoot on sight there, but she's dragged it well wide, and Carrie Simpson will give out a few instructions to her team while she has the chance. Got the thigh pretty heavily strapped around the knee as well. She didn't start the first couple of games due to injury, so you've got that experienced head back there in goal. Don't think the young goalkeepers disgraced themselves at all. They were very impressive.
Yeah, they did so well. I mean, obviously it's great to have Carrie back from an experience point of view, but it's promising to know that you've got a couple of you know, goalkeepers that are just waiting in the wings, I suppose, for the next opportunity. But no, it's good to have that strength and depth in the goalkeeper position, because quite often you can only have one or two, and then you know you see it time and time again in women's football where outfield players have to go in net. So it's nice to see.
legs in a foot race. She got a couple of players breathing down her neck. One of them is the player you mentioned, Lightfoot. She gets that ball away. Coming to take the throwing is Plant. She has Harris on the inside. She has Dunlop. She has Lightfoot. Hughes of the block to stop Plant's cross. Claiming for a handball is Plants, judging that it hit Alice on the elbow.
It would have been harsh to give that, I think. We've definitely had the better chance inside the first 12 minutes. I think obviously they had that header just over the bar. And Dunlop pulled a shot, but apart from that.
Yeah, I think it was what I expected, isn't it? Low-key start, two teams evenly matched. Tactically a bit different as well, as you see Cassie try and get and watch this ball out. She does very well to do so. Because you know Rachel Dunlop she's not enjoyable to play against. You know, quality, quite aggressive. So Cassidy Brady had to get across, make sure that there was no issues, and it was a pretty low-key attempt from Dunlop, who didn't expect to keep it in, but once she does, there will be that aggression shown.
Yeah, I mean, it's similar to watching Leeds United versus Newcastle yesterday. If you're going to get a result out of this game, you have to defend and first and foremost be difficult to break down, and then when you get your opportunities, be clinical. I mean, obviously we've seen the one chance so far from Amy Woodruff, which was a good save, but you know, you might only get a couple more chances in the game, and you've got to make sure they end up in the back of the net.
White misses the header. Fellow opposite number 8 in Birtwhistle gets it away and gives Dunlop something to chase. Simpson smashes it clear as the sun shines in Garforth. Well controlled by Gillen. Only to give it away to Millard though. Now can Leeds break? Instead, let's keep possession. Hughes to Cassidy, and Leeds just trying to build out from the back. Here is Legg. Bass asking it to go long towards Woodruff. She's sandwiched though by two Cheadle Town defenders. Little flick on inside by Ellis towards Smith. Picked up by Legg and gets it away towards Millard. It's an awkward bounce, and she can return it forwards into a Cheadle Town player, and then gives the free kick away against Houghton.
Yeah, just a little bit sloppy. I think the original pass itself didn't quite go to plan, and then I think she just showed a little bit of frustration there.
Cleared away by White. Put straight back in. Shin pads come out. It's not fit properly. Ball is played forward. Bass has got to be careful. Referee said nothing in it. And it was Harris going to ground. Rebecca Bass just at the last second putting the foot in, and they're claiming that she perhaps wasn't goal side to have the chance to go for that. The game goes forward back towards the player in question in the shape of Harris, but Leeds are just trying to move on from that situation. Good control of the game by White. Now tries to play it over the top for Ellis.
I'm saying nothing.
Bass gets in front of that clearance. This game's got a bit away from itself, and that control that both teams have had, it's all been a bit stretched as Shonalleg clears, and it is out of play. So number 17, Harris, isn't exactly screaming instructions at the referee and telling him that he got it wrong, which maybe suggests that it was a half-hearted appeal.
Yeah, I think there was a slight nudge in the back, wasn't there? And she went down very, very easily. But again, it would have felt harsh. Sorry, if the ref had given a penalty. But I'd like to see it back.
Strong challenge. I think they've both been caught. One, Cassidy's been as brave as you like. She's been caught on the leg, but then because she's been tripped up, the player in question maybe been caught in the face. And at a glance, it looked like it was Houghton. So she put a strong check. It's a free kick to Leeds, and it should be, but Yeah, she gets an elbow to her face for her troubles. But again, from Leeds' perspective, really brave defending.
Yeah.
Did her job.
Brilliant. Yeah, proud of that tackle. Like I said, I prefer to do those tackles in the centre of midfield rather than near the box. But I mean, you know, it was a free kick to us at the end of the day. But yeah, so brave, and she's so strong in the tackle. I'm not sure if they were trying to get something more out of that.
Simpson clears. It was headed straight forward by Houghton, who's trying to get the attack going, and Cassidy's done the right thing to go sideways rather than back because there was too much pressure coming from behind her shoulder. She's just given the bump to Lightfoot, who's kept running though. Free header, big opportunity. It was well worked by Cheadle Town. Had the numbers, everything was just on point. Good cross, good header. She just put too much on it.
Yeah, I mentioned about the number 10, Jess Lightfoot. She got past Cassidy fairly easy there and delivered a really good cross, pretty much on a plate there. Should have been a goal. Big opportunity there.
Potential handball against White. The arm was up. She looks round frustrated. I mean, it shouldn't be. It's one of those. She's just running naturally, and then once the ball comes towards her, the arm shouldn't be that high. But of course, she was trying to get possession first, so she's frustrated. But I think from the referee's perspective, Brad, he has no choice there.
No, absolutely not. We've just got to defend it now. These decisions, you know, do go the other way. Unfortunately, that's just the laws of the game. But I'd like to see the Leeds defence just step up to that line.
Dunlop's ball right to the far post. Plenty of bodies underneath it. First contact was by leg. Then Millard has got to be careful. Just Dean trying to get the cross in. Woodruff, think it's going to be a corner, and it will be. Fighting very well here, the visiting team.
Yeah, they've definitely applied the pressure, haven't they, in the last 5 minutes in terms of free kicks and corners and a couple of headed chances. So, like I say, we've got to defend well. Still a long way to go in this game. Like I mentioned, defensively, they have got the best defensive record in the league from last season. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if we can break them down.
Headed by Dean. Another free one. That's 2 set pieces in a row where Cheadle Town have managed to break free from Leeds' defence. It'll be a worry for Salmon Wood. Played forward, now Green can try and open up the legs. First time she's really been able to show that pace, but immediately blocked off. 20 minutes gone. See maybe the last 5 minutes been more Cheadle Town's game where they've managed to win an arm wrestle, really. Leeds haven't been able to play much football as Ellis gets intercepted by Dean, but it's a poor pass back and Cheadle Town concede a throw.
Yeah, I think in the first 5 minutes, I think I'd argue that Leeds was on top, and then it was kind of an even battle for a good 10 minutes, and then Cheadle have definitely been on top in the last 5 minutes. But I saw an interview with their manager. He wasn't very happy that they started slow against Huddersfield, and albeit they came back and won the game, but he wasn't happy with how they started the game. And I feel like if Leeds had taken that chance with Amy Woodruff right at the beginning, you know, it might have been a similar story. But yeah, like I said, we're still in the game. It was always going to be a fairly evenly matched game, but we just need to stop the source. You know, we need to stop these free kicks and the corners, because Dunlop's putting some fantastic crosses into the box.
Smith wins the ball back. We'll need to do the same again. It's a good strong challenge now against the 16 of Houghton. Leeds just can't get the ball to stick in the final third. They've not really picked Woodruff out with any accuracy. And the free kick will go the way of Cheadle Town.
feels like every time Cheadle lose the ball, they win it back so quick. You can tell they're a bit of a pressing team, and the Leeds girls haven't got a moment to breathe and try and pick out a pass. So I think a lot of the forward passers are feeling rushed at the moment, so the quality's just not quite there. And what Amy Woodruff needs to do is just make sure she stays high. It can be frustrating for a striker when you're not getting the service. Laura Bartop used to do it. She used to practically come and pick the ball up herself on the halfway line, but then you've then got nobody else in front of you that you can play to, so it's important that she stays disciplined and stays as high as she can.
Good work from Smith again. Cheadle Town, they wanted a free kick. Their appeals are heard. Handed away by Hughes. Bass underneath, it won't sit through either player. Bass gets another nudge in the back, wins a free kick. Cheadle are very good at, sorry Brady, go on. I think they're very good at conceding free kicks when they need to. They're quite smart at slowing teams down. Yeah,
exactly. It's about when you're going to do those professional fouls, and it's about doing it in the right areas of the pitch. But I was just going to say Bass has been on the floor more times today than she has stood up.
You can make those comments towards her. I'm more bothered about Shimpadgate.
Shimpadgate. No, but I mean, she's always she gets stuck in, doesn't she, in terms of the slide tackles and stuff like that, and she uses her body well to also win free kicks. So it was very much a compliment.
Yeah, she's on legs being caught late, and she's now suggesting that was a late challenge by Dunlop, who will no doubt enjoy the fact that she's got away with one. We're halfway through the first half. Very little action for either side. Lightfoot carrying the ball forward, plays it wide. Just gone without the ball there has Gillen, but gets it back. Fighting with Millard, and Millard wins a really good, important throw-in, because for a while there that looked like Leeds were going to be under too much pressure. Up to Dunlop. Cassidy's done well. She enjoyed that battle. Wins a free kick. Got the better of it as well last couple of minutes.
Yeah, she's done really well this half so far. But yeah, just going back to Millard, just got to be really careful on that left-hand side, because looks like she's up against Jess Gillen. She's got 12 goals last season from a right-back position. So yeah, she's got her defensive duties on today. She likes to get forward, doesn't she? But we need to make sure she's disciplined in that defence as well.
High boot against Woodruff, and again, just the stop-start nature of this game. Cheadle Town are enjoying that fact. It's helping them build a platform in this match. Looking for Dunlop's a well-weighted pass. She was trying the ambitious overhead kick, one that didn't come off.
That's a great kind of pick out there, though, isn't it? Great ball. I didn't know if that bounce was going to take it over the line like it quite often does, but it just seemed to hold up nicely for her, and quite speculative from her. I know she can score a range of goals, but fortunately for us, it didn't quite go the way she wanted it to.
Bass looking for Ellis. Final third. Anything that Leeds have tried has not clicked as Lightfoot's peeled away. Because Bass is out of position, Smith is having to cover. White decides to clear. Go for the no-nonsense approach. Another new ball needed Bass maybe just trying to work out with Alice how they can improve things.
Like you say, it's just that final third. I think we've defended well. I think midfield's been fairly evenly matched, but it just, as soon as it gets over that halfway line, we just can't keep the ball. We can't find the pass. But, I mean, to be fair, that can also be credit to Cheadle as well. They're defending really well. Like I say, they're not giving us a second to breathe.
Good header from Bass. It's now White. That's very clever. To Smith. Intercepted again. Hughes. It's up to Woodruff, who's having to come in as a midfielder. Beaten to the ball by Dean, but she goes back for it, and Woodruff plays for safety. Back to Simpson, and the two number 14s putting in a bit of a fight against each other. Millard to Hughes. Nice weighted cushion pass to Bass. Made it very hard for herself with a touch. She's going to dig in here and try and win a duel. She will win a throw. It wasn't pretty from Rebecca Bass, but it was hard working, and it gets her team some momentum inside Cheadle Town's half. Smith towards Ellis, and it's cleared away at left back by Plant. The furthest forward Leeds have been with the ball for maybe more than 20 minutes.
Yeah, I think the last time we were at home we seemed to play a bit more direct. Shauna Legg in particular seemed to fire a few long passes forward, but today we've not really done that. We are trying to play football, we're trying to keep it on the floor, but they're defending very well. But if you look at them, they are some big strong girls at the back there, so I'm not sure the direct approach would actually work today. So I do think the way forward is by playing football. I think we've just got to just have a bit more composure on the ball. I think just take a little bit more time just to look up and make sure we keep it white.
Bass. Millard keeps hold, goes back to Hughes. There's Cassidy trying to spread it wide, this time to Green, but isolated. She loses out and took a swing at Gillen to win it back, missed it. Dunlop's offside, and Cheadle was so frustrated. They had a big gap there down the wing, and the pass was overhit anyway. But the offside flag helps lead his calls at 0-0.
Yeah, it was a really good defensive line. For a moment I did start to panic, and then as soon as I saw the ref put that up, the flag up, I was quite happy with that. It's tight actually.
Yeah, Shauna Legg does well. Here's Hughes, back to Legg. She got a bit of time. Tries to thread it through the gap. It will eventually get to Green. Runs into traffic, starts to Green, but she gets away. Smith could have gone back to Hughes. She was offering a helping hand. They will wrestle with Houghton. Legg steps up. Keeps hold of possession. She goes back to Cassidy. Leeds his bench telling Millard and Green to get further back because there's too much of a gap, and now Millard's been caught as a result. Steps up to Cassidy. He's having a storming game at left centre half.
Yeah, she's everywhere. She's so calm and composed. I mean, we've seen how strong she is in the tackle, but she reads the game so well.
Into midfield. Good work from White. Green. Nice reactions from the ref. Hughes. Now Bass. This is Leeds' best move for a while and try to play a bit of football up to Green. Woodruff just tried to turn back looking for possession, but it was a bit rushed from Leeds. Into Cassidy again. Here is Hughes. Leeds just need that width a little bit.
Yeah, I think we're missing Chloe Dixon today, aren't we? We've seen her on that left-hand side.
Chance maybe. Alice tried to break in, but it's well covered by Dean at the back.
Much better spell from Leeds though, keeping possession. I think we needed that because, well, if you've not got the ball, you're putting yourselves under pressure and you're having to defend, and football is much more enjoyable when you've got the ball.
Yeah, the one ball forward there, and Simpson having to get down to her left-hand side. Thankfully Leeds can play it out from the back, and half an hour gone. Game just starts to have little pockets, Pride, where we get a bit more chaos really, and it's hard to know who that works with in their favour, because I think Cheadle Town prefer to be stopping any momentum, almost like suffocating Leeds.
Yeah, I mean, that's a really good word to describe it, because we've literally had nothing in the final third since that first 5 minutes with the Amy Woodruff chance. Their keeper's not had a save to make.
Well worked by White into Smith, just behind Green, but she gets hold of it. Cleared away convincingly by Donald, who's made an important save right at the start from Woodruff. Easy to forget that was such a long time ago. Referee going to give the free kick Cheadle Town's way for a challenge to the back of one of their midfielders.
Yeah, I think Gav Smith just got a little bit frustrated then. Kind of kicked out a little bit, giving away the free kick, but at least it's not in a too dangerous of an area just there. She definitely felt Gav Smith's presence there. It's been a good battle today, that midfield.
Throw into Leeds. Wasted pass out from the back from Cheadle Town. Well worked by Smith into Hughes. Gives it straight back to a midfield teammate. Smith trying to find a gap to White, one that wasn't there. And leg nicely and calmly goes back to Simpson. Becca Bass's was available, then puts the arm up to suggest she doesn't want the ball. Simpson goes long, headed away at the back from Ahmed. I think as well, Bridie, I think you're at home, you want to win, but perhaps in recent years, these are the games where Leeds, when they're not, I guess, on top or dominating or having shots, maybe would rush things, give the game away. A more pragmatic approach at this stage of the season, if this is a promotion rival, I mean, it is 0-0 and it stays 0-0. You've held them and you've gained a point. You don't lose anything, which I think in this league is so important. Losses can be so, because there's only one promotion spot, almost catastrophic if you lose. You know, at the start of last year, Leeds lost 3 or 4, and that was it.
Well, that's it. I think it was just after Christmas, wasn't it? But I mean, you know, Cheadle lost 3 games last year and still didn't get promoted. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. Obviously, Leeds lost 7. Like I said, it was around that November-December period. So, it was really disappointing. But that's just how this league goes. But like you say, big opportunity this year. But it's very much a case of staying in the game. If you need to make subs late on, try and get the win, then so be it. But you can't afford to be losing in this league. And it's these kind of games, isn't it? When you look at paper, you think, if we drop a few points against Cheadle, it's, almost to be expected because they're a really good side. It's like last year we were losing against Fylde, who'd not won a game all season. They were bottom of the league and we lost against them. So those are the games that you can't afford to lose.
Yeah, Smith picks up the loose clearance and tries her best, and she's done very well to keep one on her feet and now get in the penalty area. Cross is blocked. Ellis and Smith right up there, and the defender's done well. Plant kicks it off the legs of Mace, who's had a really frustrating day because she's the fastest player in this team. No space for her whatsoever to get any freedom and get going. Same can be said for Darcy Green. It's not a game for the wingers this so far. This is a battle in the trenches.
Yeah, and sometimes you have those games, don't you? And this is why you need to have different types of players at your disposal. But yeah, really good work by Gav Smith down that right hand side. I'm not sure how she managed to wriggle past 2 or 3 players, but credit to the defence once again. You can see why they only conceded 11 last season.
Bass, I think, expected some movement. None coming. Throwing goes astray, and that header from Sean Legg gets Cheadle Town a great bit of field position. Leeds a bit frustrated. They're just giving the ball away in 2 key areas.
They remind me, Cheadle Town, of Burnley women. Burnley women a few years ago was in this league, and they went about the business really quietly, just winning 1-0 every week. You know, they didn't set the world on fire and score a load of goals, but they also were very, very difficult to beat. And like I said, they went about the season really, really quietly, just picking up 1-0 wins and managed to get promoted.
If you don't concede, you make your life a lot easier. And so far, these 2 teams have done just that. But for neutrals, fans that enjoy exciting football, today has not been riveting just yet. 37 minutes gone. Dean's throwing up in the air. Ellis gets up to try and compete. Smith tries to play it backwards and does. Wins it back. She made a big error. Wins it back. Still fighting for the calls on the floor, Cav Smith. Here's Houghton. Millard spotted she wanted to go wide and immediately rushed up. It's good reading of the game from the 2 defenders out there, Cassidy and Millard. And then she wins a free kick. Quick clap from Simon Wood. So big moment, because again, when Cheadle thought that they were going to put pressure on Millard, she wins a set piece as well.
Yeah, I mean, you know, similar to us, they've managed to get themselves into some half-decent positions, but then not really followed it up with, you know, a good cross or, a good shot and force carry into saves. So, you know, very, very even game.
Good work from Green. Here's Bass, wide to Ellis. Return pass is nearly on the money. Bass has to stand up and be pretty brave, knowing that she's about to get crunched in the challenge. It comes out towards Hughes, who's dropped in. Does that very well, Alice Hughes, when her fullbacks are out of position. Rolls it into White, back to Bass. Down the line to Ellis. Leeds just try to get a bit of momentum going. Ellis, when looking for Green, White beaten in the air. Hughes digs in. Good brave header. Now can Leeds capitalise? Green tries to dance away from trouble. Referee gives the free kick. Not 100% sure if that's come a bit too early.
She did really well then, Alice. She just read the game so well, because had she not have been there, Cheadle player could have just turned and got them on the front foot. But yeah, you can see Dunlop's trying to use her body to try and get that turn, but Alice was onto it. And yeah, good brave player. It's a good opportunity for Leeds. It's probably the first one we've had in quite a while. I think it's really important to win first contact. Alice Hughes and Sean Legg are at the back post there, so you can already see Cav Smith picking up her position, ready for the knockdown if it comes.
Overhit straight out. One set piece that Leeds have had, and it's gone to waste. Big disappointment. And
this is what I say about the opportunities, Tom. We might not get many in the game, so when we do get them, you know, and I know the girls have been working on this in training, but we have to be more clinical. I mean, there were no white shirt anywhere near that.
White gets there, nips in to make a challenge. Runs wide, tries to play it to Woodruff. I don't think he's had more than 2 touches today. The ball needed.
I think, like you say, it's not really been a game for wingers, but I think when we have had the ball out wide, we've not managed to dig out a cross. And, you know, I mentioned about Chloe Dixon. She's made a really good start to her Leeds United career so far. She's put on a couple of really good performances.
Yeah, nearly come to something in the box, but cleared away.
Just need a bit more quality, don't we, in that final third? I feel like I'm on repeat from yesterday. Although, again, that was another good result for the men against Newcastle.
It's up to Woodruff, and nearly falls for a tougher shot, but again, any missed touch, Cheadle there quickly. Played down the line and asking a lot of Ellis. She's quick, but she isn't that quick. Dean and Cheadle Town are claiming that Ellis has pushed her into the hoardings. She's hurt herself, making a fair challenge. The two of them have done the exact same thing to each other. Alice was just quick enough to stop. I think Dean's well aware of that. She hasn't accused Alice of anything either. It's just players on the other side of the pitch and the coaching team that feel that like it's a foul. There's nothing in it. She just ran out of wriggle room, and the main thing is she's okay. She could have hit her head. You know, there's not that much room out there.
Yeah, I think it was just shoulder to shoulder, and I actually think it was how Isabel Dean's foot planted in the grass. It kind of forced her to kind of dive almost to the left and into the boards. But yeah, it couldn't be helped. I think Macy Ellis had every right to go for that. I think they were just a bit too much on the pass from Bass. So we'll blame Bass for that. I think collectively it's not quite worked as well as we would have liked this half, but I think there's been some good individual performances. You mentioned Emily Cassidy before. I think Ellie White's played well. I think Shauna's mopped up really well at the back as usual. So, you know, there's still positives to be taken out this first half.
Yeah, I think we said in the week one, didn't we? The not giving away a game and just defending well. There's nothing wrong with that at all. You know, we'd like to see 5-6-0, but that isn't realistic as dangerous ball in. It's hooked clear by Millard, and now White gets a kneecap to it to keep it on its way. Then digs in a bit further. Now Green towards Woodruff. It's all a bit rushed from Leeds, and rightly so, because they've sensed a chance for a break, and Woodruff gets her ankles clipped. And they've worked them well. So to say that was a cross from Cheadle Town, 4 or 5 touches later, and Leeds are in Cheadle's half. You know, that's smart defending well. If Leeds win this game 1-0, that's a tremendous result. You know,
absolutely, yeah. Amy Woodruff then, she had, what, 2 or 3 players round her. I thought, where is she going? Where's the support? You know, again, they're just defending super, super quick, but she somehow managed to get a little pass out there. And to be fair, ref would have played advantage if that would have gone to Darcy Green, but he did the right thing in terms of pulling it up. You mentioned it before about it being quite stop-start. I don't think it's not anything to do with the referee, it's just how the game's gone, isn't it, with handballs and free kicks and stuff.
Yeah, I'd say that maybe Leeds have just started to edge it a little bit. Cheadle Town haven't had much joy. Leg not happy with the delivery, puts the arm up to apologise. And that is a key. It's where Cheadle Town set pieces, both corners have been met by red shirts. If Leeds can just tidy up in those areas, it makes it an even game again. Here's Woodruff backing in as usual. Cheadle Town clearly expects it because they had 3 players ready for her. Here is Millard, tries to scoop it up towards Smith, won't fall for Green. Cassidy wanted a free kick, nothing given. Lightfoot down the line. Dunlop was not expecting that. Thought she'd gone offside, so she didn't even turn round. And the 2 strikers on different pages. 1 minute left of the first half. Hughes looking for Woodruff. Nearly gets to the ball to keep it alive. Bass gets in the way. Make sure anything for Cheadle Town is blocked away. And played for safety from Cheadle Town, so around about probably 1 minute stoppage time max because of the incident with one of the Cheadle Town players just having a cut to the knee. That's about the only stoppage we've had, really.
I thought you were going to say shin pad gate again then.
Don't want to dwell. I've moved on. Then it's like a personal vendetta. It's not the case. Just made a comment once and I can't keep on it. Again, you can tell by Leeds' demeanour, slow and steady. They're not rushing. They don't feel like they have to rush things to just have one more shot before half-time. Here is Woodruff, who, if they do have a shot, she might be the person that they would like to hit it. Just about pokes it inside to Green. There's just no room. They smother really well, do Cheadle Town. Smith gets back. Smart play from her. Into Woodruff. Over the head of Ellis. Awkward for her to handle.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I think that was more or less one of the first times in this half that we've seen Amy Woodruff actually run forward. I think for the majority of the game she's had a back to goal, hasn't she? You know, and it just goes to show how much of a difficult game for her it's been so far.
If there's a glance at the watch, that should really be that. You'd feel this might be the last clearance. Cassidy. Leeds one more bit of defending to do. Cassidy's racing back alongside Dunlop, who's hoping there's a kick to the ankle. Nothing comes just now. Leeds with Bass, who slips ever so slightly as she goes for it. It's behind, and that should be half-time. So a really tough first half for both teams. Nothing in it. Quality is low in terms of goal-mouth action, but the defending is strong. Commitment is just as strong as the first 2 weeks. Leeds are fighting hard out there, and it is 0-0 in a game, which is very important to both sides. Join us soon for second half commentary.
Welcome back into the field, go Leeds United!
Welcome back then to LUTV's coverage. We are waiting for the second half. Very tough on the eye for neutrals in terms of defending for both teams. If you're a defender like Bridie Hannon is alongside me, she can enjoy the afternoon because it was all about hard work, not giving an inch to either side. Both teams have practically been, guilty is not the right word, it's a strength. Defensively, very, very compact and solid. And it has made it a lot tougher for goalmouth chances, for shots coming in. And it's what we expected. It's the same for the first game this season. It's what should be happening when two teams think they'll be in the top 4 or 5 places this year. Leeds go with Simpson, Legg, Bass, Cassidy, Hughes, White, Smith, Woodruff, Millard, Ellis and Green. The bench is Mortimer, Sanderson, Lee, Williams, Waldron, Watson and Graham. As for Cheadle Town, Donald, Plant, Ahmed, Shepley, Gillen, Birtwistle, Dunlop, Lightfoot, Dean, Houghton and Harris. And Bridie, it was a game where, or first half, where nothing really happened. But if you were a purist, appreciating defensive hard work and an ability to work hard for your teammate, both teams showcased that in abundance.
Yeah, you mentioned about the fact that you can't afford to drop many points and that could be season over. We're obviously very early into the season, it's our 3rd league game, but we don't want to be dropping points and we certainly don't want to be dropping all 3 points, so stay in the game as long as possible. We've got a couple of really good substitutions that could come on and possibly change the game as well today, so no, hoping for a better footballing half and hopefully we'll get a few more chances and test that keeper, because apart from that first 5 minutes when she made a really good save from Amy Woodruff close range shot, she's not really had much to do. So yeah, hoping for a few more chances.
Yeah, maybe when tiredness kicks in, either of these two teams will start to capitalise.
Got an exciting new signing as well in Brittany Sanderson. Recently coming back from an ACL injury, as many of our players seem to have had, but she's been working really hard up at Thorpe Arch training ground, so she's got a lot of tier 3 experience as well, so she will hopefully play an important part this year if and when she gets a chance.
Yeah, she's the only one of the new signings that hasn't featured actually for Leeds because of that problem, so fingers crossed that is the start for her and this group. We've already had a couple of new faces this year. Cleared away. White couldn't get to the ball. Millard and Hughes getting across. Hughes playing for safety, holds it towards Simpson. Goes first time. Chasing what was a one ball forward. It's a clip of the ankles, is it? Yeah, Bass. She's unlucky. And she's apologised. It's one of those where you're a couple of inches away from getting away with it when you cut across the defender. And she's frustrated at herself.
Yeah, it was a pure accident that. There's free kicks that you give away and you know you're going to do it, but it was completely unintentional that. But we've got to defend this. We've already seen how good they are in terms of the deliveries at set pieces. So let's hope we can defend it. It's really important that Carrie Simpson speaks to the rest of the team, showing them where she wants them. And if it's in a position that she can come out and collect, be brave, put a name on it, and hopefully just pick it out of the air.
Simpson is going to have to make a save, couldn't really tip it back out. Big opportunity that. Saw it late though, did think it was Birtwistle. And Simpson makes the original save, but pushing it back into traffic, that was a dangerous moment. Could have easily been 1-0.
Yeah, I think there was quite a lot of pace on that. I did think initially, could she have caught that? But if you're going to parry in those situations, you've got to try and get it wide, but didn't quite get the angle on the push out there. But, you know, fortunately it fell to a white. Managed to get that clear.
So Simpson takes the goal kick. Yeah, it'd be good if we could, as you say, Brady, get into a position where the subs could maybe impact. There's been recent years where there was 3 or 4 subs maximum, one of them being a goalkeeper with squad numbers low. Some youngsters being given the chance, some new signings. And the squad depth is bigger for Salmon Wood's team. As you mentioned, the new signings, you've got Brittany Sanderson on the bench. We've seen Millard today at left back. You have Chloe Dixon, who's been really eye-catching on the wing when she's been able to play. There might be a time where all 3 of them can maybe get into the fold, as Cassidy was trying to play in Bash, just doesn't execute the pass. Now everyone racing back in white and blue to stop this oncoming attack. It's Lightfoot who goes for that far corner, and it's a series of frustration efforts for her, because anytime she's got close, she just hasn't been able to execute. Big warning sign for Leeds though, with what was a routine crossfield pass. If they gave it away, that's the danger.
Yeah, I think we just seemed to back off a little bit then. Fortunately, she did lean back and managed to get a bit too much height on what she'd like there, but I think we didn't seem to get stuck into her there at all. It was just far too easy just for her to run at us there and get a shot off.
Smith misses the ball, but it ends up falling to Green. There it goes towards Millard. Pass on inside, White's asking for it. Asking who shall receive as she collects the ball, tries to flick it to Woodruff, does. Now works the 1-2. Heavy touch though, runs into traffic. Hughes towards Millard, and it's back to Cassidy. Bass is asking for it. Here is Hughes. Towards White. Millard pulling wide. Leeds just try to play a bit of football. Millard's not happy. There's big gaps in there, and Leeds perhaps each other's asking maybe for individual teammates to come short and make it easier. Dunlop tries to get past Cassidy, who has had her number so far. She's been strong as an ox back there. As Dunlop's further forward, so is Lightfoot. Simpson has to come out. She does, but can only palm it back into traffic. Any touch will do for Simpson there, because it's a header coming in. She's brave. She gets her enough to put off the Cheadle Stingers forward. Striker's sort of dream sort of delivery, but Simpson's alert. She's off her line quickly. It's going to take her a couple of games, isn't it? When you don't play the first couple and you've got an injury, you've got that heavy strapping, you are going to not be in your rhythm. It's just natural, and she does very well. Yeah,
she did really well then. She was really brave once again, but yeah, you just saw Millard out of position there. She gave the ball away a few minutes ago, and then next thing you know, her player's delivering a cross and not got a player anywhere near her, so she had loads of time to pick out that cross, and it was a decent cross.
Out with the flick on header, it's actually managed to find its way towards Lightfoot, who goes and slots it in the far corner. Route 1 for Cheadle Town Stingers, and it's Cassidy that heads it the wrong way.
Should be really disappointed with that, because like you're saying, for our team so far, she's probably been the standout player. Just really unlucky. It was high. You know, normally in those positions, Shauna Legg's just behind her. She's so good at reading the game, is Shauna, and you know, always covering her teammates. But you know, she was stood alongside her, in line with her. So yeah, it was a good finish by the striker. I don't think Carrie Simpson really had a chance there. It was probably the best chance of the game.
Yeah, it's really well placed, isn't it? It's bang in the corner.
Goal scorer for Cheadle, number 10, Jessica Lightfoot.
But the good news is, Tom, we're in the 53rd minute and we've got plenty of time to go. If that had gone in the 87th minute, I'd have been even more disappointed. So we've still got time to get back into this game.
Yes, certainly so.
Seems to be a bit of a lack of understanding today, doesn't there? I know we mentioned a couple of weeks ago when we were here about having new players in the team and it can take time to gel, etc. But just in that final third, you can see we're not quite sure where our teammates are wanting the ball, where they're making the runs. You know, do they want it to feet? Do they want it in behind? Where's my extra runners? It's just not quite clicking in that final third today.
It's like it goes to Ellis. Giving their team a corner. They've got a chance to attack here as White will go across to take the delivery.
I thought that was going to be the commentator's curse then, when you say something's not working, then all of a sudden it does. But no, it was better play. We're in the right positions, we're in the right side of the pitch, and hopefully we can get a good delivery from Ellie White here. I think a couple of deliveries so far today, both from free kicks, not necessarily Ellie White by the way, but have been quite poor. So we need to make sure good delivery and first contact.
They just try to turn it goalwards. There will be an appeal for another corner. They're adamant, Cheadle Town, that wasn't touched. Referee wants to stop the game. Leg goes to ground. I think he wants to obviously tidy it up here and make sure there's no repeat of that situation in which both teams appealing the same passion. Defenders claiming she's not touched leg, she's claiming she's pushed. Coming together in which referee will keep a close eye on things. So White over their corner. Low this time, leg try to turn it goalwards. All she's done can flick it towards Cheadle Town, who now try to break. And it's towards Dunlop, who will try and hold it up. Looks to play it in the channel. They're appealing for another free kick, and even the bench, you can see that continuity. They appeal for everything, and when you've got 4 or 5 voices trying to ask for free kicks close by to the referee, perhaps things can come across worse than it is. And it's just a really solid setup from a coaching team. Everyone just seems on the same page. When they need to try and win these free kicks, everyone knows where they've got to win them. Yeah, a very well drilled outfit.
He's done a really, really good job with this team. Let's not forget, this is a team that only got promoted not last season but the season before, and obviously nearly ended up going up last year. But they're a really, really tough team to beat, and they've recruited well from really good teams around them.
Dunlop's ball in, headed away by leg. Out towards Lightfoot, will have a go. It needs to be blocked. It was a very good block as well by Leeds, because it was hit with some venom, that ball.
But yeah, I think we need to improve the quality from our set pieces. I never feel like we look dangerous from free kicks or corners, and I think we've got the players to do so.
Smith to Ellis, good first time pass. Tries to put it across the goal for Woodruff. It's the first time they're giving Macy Ellis anything to chase onto. It was perfectly weighted by Cap Smith. Ellis is apologising for the pass. Maybe a shot rather than a cross, but that's just what Leeds need. You've got to get your key players in key areas. And just look at the speed. Well, the minute she realises there's a chance on, she gets there in a flash.
Yeah, I think Georgia Plant just mistimed that ever so slightly, and we managed to get a little bit of fortune because it managed to get its way through to Ellis.
Cassidy's done really well. That looked like it was going to be a lost cause in her set piece for Cheadle Town. Ellis keeps it alive. Looking down the line to Woodruff. Cleared away by Dean. Picked up by Ellis. It was quick. White has to try and stretch out the leg. It's just not sitting for Leeds in midfield. No grip in the game, and it's allowing Cheadle with that back 5 to prosper. Up towards Dunlop. Cassidy's going to dig in, and she must be one of the only defenders in this league that can match her for strength and actually out-muscle her. Here's Houghton looking through for Lightfoot. Simpson picks it up. Whistle gets hold of the ball. Back to Dean it goes. Smith does well. Back to Millard, who's got Hughes on her inside. Hughes lets it roll. Numbers were there though for Cheadle Town. Outnumbered. Bass gets it away for just a split second. Cheadle Town will concede a goal kick. Hour mark nearly upon us. I mean, maybe time for some subs to try and get Leeds more of a foothold, Bridie. Yeah, possibly. Apart from that Macy Ellis cross into the box, cross or shot, I'm not quite sure. We don't look dangerous or threatening enough for me. I think the Cheadle manager, obviously, especially because they're 1-0 up now, but I think we've not really tested them in that final third. And like I said earlier in the first half, that's credit to them because they do defend so resolute and strong. They're clearing the lines. I think sometimes we look a little bit more panicked at times, but I think we are just lacking a bit of composure. And I think we're not, apart from, like I said, that one there that Kath Smith threaded through, they've managed to just pick out every little pass that we've made. It's been quite frustrating so far. Yeah, changes are coming though. And Abby Graham is one of them, so the first change is Bass off, Watson on. Ellis is also coming off for Graham, so the two right-sided players are off the pitch. So you have Watson coming on. First time we've been able to see her on our first team coverage. And Graham is coming over now to the left-hand side of the pitch to try and mix up matters. So there'll be an alteration here. Does that mean Darcy Green's just gone to right wing? It hasn't for now. Challenge from Cassidy, a strong one. Green has been pulled to the floor by Houghton. It will be a free kick. There's a lot of pushing and shoving here for no reason. Cassidy is trying to, there's absolutely nothing Cassidy's done wrong, and Jessica Gillian is claiming there was a lot more in that. I think all a bit overplayed. I mean, Cassidy flies in. Really liked her work today. She's had Dunlop's number with the one-on-one duels. Houghton's then pulled her over and somebody else. It's all just got a bit hot under the collar. Maybe that'll give both teams a lift, because you know, moments like that in games, Bradley, where you get fired up can help you out. Exactly, and I would rather have Cassidy on my team than playing against her, that's for sure. But yeah, like you say, it might just liven up the rest of the match. I'm sure it will. So Millar's gone to right back, by the way. That's the change. It appears that Watson's gone into midfield. Darcy Green will have gone to left back, which means Graham slotted into left wing. Here is Legg. Will be a throw-in to Leeds United. So Watson's gone into midfield, Bridie. Yeah, I'm excited to see her. I believe she used to play at Huddersfield Town, but yeah, a lot of the girls speak highly of her, and so does the manager. And I know from Simon Wood so far. Yeah, she's burst onto the scene straight away here. Here's Graham, told by Watson to go wide to the left for Green. Green can't get it out of her feet at first. Now she can. Tries to roll it round the outside to Smith. Does so via a hurried clearance from Plant. Smith trying to take her on. Fault, and Millard is going to put it in the box. There's nobody there. Keeper does spill it though. It's going to be a corner from nothing. The goalkeeper didn't need to make that save. Sophie Donald. So Leeds will want to try and make something from this. It's a decent effort. Yeah, I can't work out if she's tried to cross it or go for goal. I think it is the former, but who cares if it works for Leeds. So White floats the ball into the far post. Hughes was lurking. It'll sit behind for another corner. She's had a very good defensive display as well, Isabel Dean, for them. She just seems to be in the right place at the right time and just always in Leeds United's way. Yeah, very strong. Alice Hughes was ready to head that in the back of the net, I think. Taking short, Lightfoot goes long, looking for Dunlop in a foot race with Green. Simpson says she has it covered, and the smashing boot downfield is met by Houghton. Dunlop's done well to actually get back goal side, so at least she could chase that down. Green to Cassidy. Watson's in midfield in front of her. Out to Graham. Good feet from Graham, gets away from trouble. Runs out of room and does what Cheadle Town, I think, could do. Give away a cheap free kick.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see a big impact from Abby Graham today. She's just got no fear whatsoever. And the way she can dribble and take a player on is just brilliant, and I think the game needed that little bit of extra energy, someone who's going to try take players on and try pull some strings. She's a creative player and she can score as well.
There's a change coming then, and this will be 9 for 12, so Rachel Dunlop is making way. Price forward is on.
Surprised, because I think Dunlop's played well, and you know, in terms of a set pieces that we've seen, she's taken, I think, every single one of their corners and some of their free kicks as well, so I'm surprised he's taken her off.
Yeah, defensive change, because Ford's gone into a defensive position, so they're mixing it up a little, you'd feel. And with the long ball downfield, headed away by Hughes. If we just check in that Hughes is okay. The free kick goes the way in. I say it's a free kick. No, it was just a drop ball. He was just checking that Leeds centre midfielder was good to go. Downfield from Simpson. Woodruff trying to get to it. White's picked it up. And now take it forward for Leeds. Down the line to Woodruff, working for any sort of space. Back it goes into Millard. She's got Watson to her left. Really tidy in possession. Watson can see the quality she's brought to the party already. Carries the ball effortlessly. Green. Back into Watson.
Yeah, she looks really sharp and lively, doesn't she? I mentioned before it was Huddersfield Town, it wasn't, it was Stoke, but she has previously played for Derby and Halifax and Brighouse, so she's definitely got a lot of experience.
Graham to Green, looking to the far post, picked up by White. Hughes is going to try and put it back in the box, looking for an overhead kick was Woodruff. Ahmed's fallen over her on purpose. And two try and pick each other up. She's such a clever defender, Ahmed. Player's gone down with cramp. It certainly looked like Ahmed made sure she fell over to try and win a free kick. And stoppage in play. So we see it here. So Woodruff went for it.
It's a great ball in Wiley Hughes, that.
Yeah, and you know, got to praise this Cheadle Town. You know, there's certain players you remember. You remember Ahmed's leadership. She's such a good, strong captain. Leads by example. Encourages her teammate when she needs to as well. And if Leeds to get a draw today, it's a good result, because this is a, you know, it's fine margins, and Leeds have made one error at the back, that's it.
Yeah.
And they've scored. You know, they've not been second best for large parts. It's just a hard game to go and win this. The changes have been made to try and improve matters. Still options on the bench to do even more. So, and you were quite right to try and keep it positive. There's ages left yet.
Yeah, there is. And it's a bit like when, you know, Bass gave away the back pass the other week. You know, naturally she was very disappointed with that, but then I had to remind her after the game, how many chances, how many shots did you stop, how many headers did you win? And you know, it's easier as an individual to think of all the things you did wrong as opposed to thinking of all the amazing things you did. And you know, Emily Cassidy for me is, I know it's still a long way to go, but for me she's been our player of the match. And just unfortunate with that one, but you know, it's up to the strikers, it's up to the forward players to kind of, you know, get us out of this now and try and rescue some points back, because like I mentioned, we can't really afford to be dropping points this early in the season. What you don't want to do is, you know, get to Christmas and then feel like you're playing, you know, for nothing. Obviously, like you mentioned a couple of times now, that, you know, potentially 2 teams can go up, and that'll give us that little extra lift if we do drop points. You know, hopefully we won't be downbeat, but, you know, there's plenty of opportunities to go on. Just then, Amy Woodruff, if we just give her half a chance, I'm sure she can put it in the back of the net, as we've seen on many occasions.
Game back underway. Going to Watson.
Alice Hughes had another good game. She won a couple of really important headers, and at times when we've needed just to get the ball on the floor and just play simple, she's so instrumental in terms of that.
Too far to chase for Graham. Gillen is going to be punished here. The referee wants a word. Certainly been passionate last 10-15 minutes. Home crowd are trying to get on her case as well. Off the ball, so it doesn't help her cause. And a yellow card for her work, and sarcastic cheers will not be making her feel any better.
Garth of Town is like the Ellen Road. It's you know, we've tried to make it into a bit of a fortress the past few years. We do generally have a good home record, but I mean, it's a fantastic place to come. You know, it's a big catchment area, lots of kids that come.
Cassidy got too close to the keeper. It would have been a free catch, really.
Yeah, probably a little bit too easy for the keeper there again. Not any white shirt anywhere near it. We can really head that in.
Green to Hughes. Watson's peeling away. Hughes does the hardest bit of all, just unfortunately the forward pass. Graham wins it back into Smith. Just can't stick for Leeds, just those 50-50 duels. Cheadle are on their case in seconds. Still a good 20 minutes left. Here's Cassidy. Trying to be kept in by Graham. Further change coming for the visitors. And it is Gillen. They're taking her out of the spotlight. Will be for Caldcott is the one that comes on. His fans again trying to have their last say on Gillen, who was the one that became the villain when she was sticking up for her teammate. But yeah, Caldcott is on.
Yeah, another talented player, left foot defender. Again, another one that's on loan from Everton.
Yeah, they're just putting defenders on.
But this is what they do. Look, 1-0. It's they don't care how they win as long as they win. Looks like Britt Sanderson's just come on for Leeds.
Yeah, so good luck to her. First real chance she gets for some minutes this season after her summer move. 85 goals and 139 appearances in the divisions. And the number 9 jersey on adds a little bit extra pressure for her as Watson digs in. So the two new bodies on the pitch as a sub. Watson will win a free kick, and Sanderson's trying to take it quickly towards Woodruff.
I like the thinking of the quick free kick. I do like a quick free kick, but I think we wasn't quite ready for the ball then, and just an easy turnover for the opposition.
I mean, if you just look forward, it's just a line of red and white shirts. They have a line of 5, then 2 more. They're just seeing this out. They just want to see this. They don't want to get another goal. They took their striker off. They've gone. We're winning 1-0. Let's keep this. It's an old school way of looking at football. Lightfoot is now the striker, but it is a case of 5-4-1, and let's hold to the end. It's up to Leeds to find a way through.
Well, that's it. They are quite good at counter-attacking as well, and we've already seen the pace of Jess Lightfoot up front for them. So, like you say, they're just going to try and defend it now, aren't they?
Yeah, Woodruff back to Watson. She was great. Again, control. Really solid in the middle of midfield today from her since the last 10 minutes, and she entered the fray. Here's Hughes towards Green. Now back to Hughes. Houghton's quicker to the ball. And they will try and counter-attack here. Only as far as Millard. Millard digs in. Out to leg. Let's get the free kick. It was Cass Smith, by the way, that came off for Sanderson. Bernard takes it short into Hughes. Leeds have got bodies forward if they want to get it in the mix, but keeping hold of it for now. Leg shape to go long. Back to Hughes. So throwing again, and Leeds just trying to work a different tactic there. It's out to Woodruff, who took it as quickly as she could.
You can already see how deep Cheadle Town are sitting.
Yeah, Sanderson flicks it on, but it's a lost cause for Graham to chase. I mean, the options off the bench, we said it, time and time again in recent seasons, Leeds just didn't have the numbers. The squad depth wasn't enough. That when games weren't going their way, someone would look to his bench, and he had 3 sometimes outfield players. He's practically gone 2 up top now with Sanderson joining Woodruff, so there is a different dimension. But as you say, there is practically Cheadle Town Stingers players on the goal line.
Yeah, I mean, you could just tell there. I think it was like the first time probably in the whole game that our 2 centre defenders are both in front of the halfway line. So that just goes to show how deep they're sitting. But I mean, listen, if it works for them, then credit to them. But Leeds have got to figure out a way to break this wall of red down.
Hughes launches it long. There's only Woodruff there to chase it. Ahmed Dean back there covering. Cassidy to Hughes. Lee's just not getting hold of possession in that midfield. Good work by White. Encouraged by Samuel Wood, who just wants his team to try and get an extra 10% out of themselves for the rest of this match. Here's Hughes. Rolls it to Green. You have Graham just in front of her. She picks her out, and now Graham will carry it inside into Woodruff. Difficult to control it. Only as far as Watson. Back to Hughes, and now back to Leg. Watson's asking him for a middle. She was looking all around her then. Tactical, clever player in midfield. She was looking forward, wanted the pass, gets it out wide to Millard. Return pass from Sanderson. Has to be quick here though, Millard. It's in front of her. Difficult, just over hit. It's a tad too strong from Sanderson. And it doesn't make it easier for Millard to swing it in first time.
No, you could see what she were trying to do then. It was a really nice idea. I'm not sure if she could have kind of put a foot on the ball and just stopped it and then maybe waited for some support before trying to lash across him. But yeah, I mean, you know, it's in a good area again, and if we could have got the crossing, we seem to have bodies in the box, so it's positive. I think at this point as well, we've got to start taking a few risks. We saw a minute ago Abby Graham, she's trying to feed the ball into Amy Woodruff, who again has got players right behind her. I'm just thinking, can you have a shot from there? You know, anywhere in and around the box, edge of the box, let's just test this keeper. You know, anything could happen. We've got to try and go for it last 10 minutes.
Hughes Watson gets across, defended it well though, did Cheadle Town. It's out wide to Green. You've got Woodruff, the only option, the edge of the box. No real option to go to the bar line. It's back to Graham. Just 9 red shirts behind the ball. This is going to be so tough for Leeds. Millard wide it goes. Out to Sanderson. Trying to find a way through for her. She needs a bit of help. Low cross, took a deflection. Plant gets in the way. Only as far as Millard, who will try and put it back in the area towards Woodruff, towards Graham. Heads it up in the air. Out to Green it goes. Will she let it go? She won't. It's attack versus defence now, Brady, for 11 minutes.
Yeah, it's a bit more exciting. There's a bit more goal mouth action probably.
Leeds wants to take it quickly to put the pressure on. There is another change coming. Number 10 will be off, and it is Bentley replacing Jessica Lightfoot, the goal scorer.
Substitution, Cheadle, replacing Lightfoot, number 18, Kenzie Bennett.
She kicked the ball in the ring first, then, actually.
Yeah, the check for blood has started. Referee's now making sure she's okay. Challenge from Cassidy. Free kick goes Leeds' way.
I think Millard took up some good width there. I think it would have been better just to play her rather than miss her out, keep it on the deck.
Yeah, Simpson with a rush clearance. It's given them a bit of momentum.
That is so soft.
Frustration, real frustration. Just lost that momentum a little bit last 5 minutes, Brad. Oh, sorry, last 3-4 minutes.
Yeah, we have. I think it's frustrating the fact that they're just parking the bus and we've got to try and find a way to break them down. But I think passes sometimes are a little bit too sloppy. But you know, I keep saying it that they are such a good defensive, strong, organised team. They know their role as well as each other's. Communicate well, played with each other a while. I know they've had some new players come into the team, but they just seem to have just slotted in with ease.
Just looking at it here, Armin has stolen a good few yards. She just keeps flicking the ball with her hands and her toes. Referee said nothing. How does it get closer as Sanderson hooks it clear? Millard gets it wide. White. Poor touch, forces her wide.
That's because the defender is just not giving her space to breathe. We've certainly not made it easy for Cheadle by any stretch of the imagination. You know, they've not had loads and loads of chances there. Let's not forget their goal has come from our mistake, not because they've played amazing football and broke us down. So I guess that's one positive if you want to see it like that.
Yeah, Cassidy towards Green. Graham wanted it on her inside. Green's going to keep going. She's got Houghton trying to unsettle her. Houghton digs in, so does Green. He's back to Graham. Tries to fire it in, it'll be a corner. Houghton stayed down, by the way. I think a few of the Leeds fans felt she'd done that on purpose to try and win and get the game stopped. It would support the flow of their tactics.
Yeah, it's an opportunity now, set piece, going into the remaining kind of 7 or 8 minutes, but you know, we need a good delivery here.
To Watson it'll come.
It's a better ball in, but she'd have no way attacking it.
She has to be quick, she is. It's to Graham, keeps it close, but not close enough for the strong work. She wins it back. Wanted a free kick, did Ella Harris. She isn't going to get one. Well worked by Green, only Woodruff central. She goes into the feet of the number 14, just bounces off her though, and they'll win a free kick. Leeds are frustrated, but you can't have two players stick out the leg, and the referee not give that.
It's been another frustrating afternoon, hasn't it, for Amy Woodruff. Yet to get off the mark this season so far. Prolific, as we know, last season. But yeah, difficult game for her to get into today.
Graham keeps it in, but it'll be easy enough for Ahmed to get there. Clears off Woodruff, it'll be a Cheadle Town throw-in.
It's good work by Amy Woodruff. You know, the fans will always get behind you if you're working hard, and she always does. And we've just, every pass forward now, we've just got to try and keep it alive. Every time their defence have got the ball, we've got to try and pressure them as best we can.
Green doesn't try and keep it in. It's a bit of a late decision, but it's just given Cheadle Town, could give them 10-15 seconds more to waste off the clock.
That's it, Tom. Every time this ball goes out of play now, they're just going to take the time, and so they should, because we'd do the same.
Cassidy lets it go. And again, clever from Cheadle Town. The villains scooped up in the air from them to just waste more time. Watson collects, rolls it left to Hughes. With Green. Dances inside, looks for an avenue, shapes, goes wide right into Millard. Now to Sanderson, trying to scoop it up over the top for White. Come out for a throw for Leeds, which Legg will take. Rush though, because Leeds' players were quite far forward. Woodruff. Graham trying to get in. Here's Watson. High boot. Watson's going to try and take control of this free kick. In fact, she moves instead for Sanderson, who's immediately ready to line it up.
Yeah, I've been impressed with Monique Watson so far. She's come on, she looks lively, she wants to get on the ball, and even just then she lays the ball to Alice Hughes, and she's demanding where Alice should play it. So she's obviously got leadership in her as well, so really, really impressed so far.
Yeah, so it's Allison going to go for goal. She took control immediately. You want to try and force the keeper into some form of saving Donald. You know, will she spill it? The sun's in her eyes, the wind's against her. Here is Sanderson. Rising rather than dipping over the crossbar. with a couple of minutes remaining.
Yeah, that would have been a huge debut moment if that had gone in. I'm sure the girls as well as the crowd would have gone crazy, but just wasn't meant to be. But again, getting into some good promising positions. We've just not been clinical enough in the final third or really created that much, I think, today. But I wouldn't say it's been a bad performance. I think it's just the way that Cheadle play. They frustrate the life out of teams, but they're effective with it.
Sanderson. He's Green. Leg towards Green again. Now Leeds need to try and up the ante a little bit. That line of 5 defenders is troubling them for now. Not got the ball anywhere near where they need the ball to be though. Hughes try to play it wide. Intercepted. It'll be out for a throw. Up to Sanderson. Leeds couldn't see the ball ping off her legs. Cheadle Town coaching staff urging their players out of the box. Simpson to Cassidy. Stoppage time to come only. Green. It'll go to Graham. Overhit on the inside. It'll be back out. Cheadle Town though, nobody forward apart from their striker, but they don't need it to be. They've got 9 shirts behind the ball. It's good work from Watson.
Wrestled it to the floor.
Yeah, I mean, she wins the ball, but the Cheadle Town player does the right thing. She gets her body in the way, stops Watson getting to it. So she gives her the push in frustration. The Cheadle Town player knows what she's doing. Just lost her head a little bit. Frustration kicks in, and again, another minute off the clock.
Yep.
Still 1-0. Last few moments to go. Again, just playing for more time. Down the line it goes to Woodruff. Flicked inside looking for White. No support though for Leeds. It's all very stretched. They try to keep their width, but Cheadle Town are all within arm's length of each other. So once they get the knockdown, they've got it back. Here's Graham. Looking to try and get past Houghton. Been a brick wall in that midfield for Cheadle Town. Hold up players being good. That's until Graham gets in and wins it back. They're going to try and hold her and concede a free kick. The referee's going to stop the game. Harris will be punished.
She did really well there, didn't she? Win the ball back. And as much as I'd rather the play carry on and not win the free kick, it's an opportunity to get the players up and just have a little think about what we're going to do, how we're going to break this wall down. It's probably going to be the last chance of the match. We were happy to give away a free kick there.
The lad down the line towards Graham. Inside passes on to White. Deflected cross. Takes all the sting out of it. Done well again, Cheadle Town. When they've got to hold it up, they've kept it. Graham stopped them twice. Somebody has to do something special for Leeds now. Graham.
Yeah, it was well worked initially.
Well, break off because Woodruff's got it, Brady. She just to up and under, headed away by Houghton. This scrappy nature, there's only suiting one team. It's out for a throw.
Yeah, time's ticking, isn't it? I was just saying it was well worked down that right-hand side initially, but when you've got the players waiting in the box, don't waste it. The ball never actually came into the box. It was a waste.
Right, with the flick on. Again, 3 red shirts nearby. Any sort of flick is blocked. Woodruff wanted a free kick. She wanted any touch. It hits Graham. And leg has to be quick. Anything to go forward. Sanderson wants to turn it around the corner. Took too long to do so. She's back on her feet though to try and win it back. Looking for Woodruff. Just hits over. Goes over her foot. It'll go out for a throw. Went into last throw of the dice. Last roll of the dice sort of territory. Woodruff doesn't need to be taking this. She should be in the box. Towards Sanderson, trying to flick it on. Cheadle get there first. Out for yet another throw.
So you've got Alice Hughes, probably one of the tallest players on the pitch, just waiting by the penalty spot, and she's just not getting any service whatsoever.
Woodruff up against Plant. Backing in, Plant's too strong. Graham nips in, flicks it inside to White, back to Woodruff, out to Watson. Millard's going, Houghton's read it perfectly. It is just a line after line of red players that are just getting in the way. The red shirts are just too strong. Another throw-in.
Credit to Cheadle though, they've defended outstanding
tremendous
today. Really, really good. They've just been like brick walls, every single one of them, just been fantastic. Such a good defensive display. Can see why they're very, very difficult to play against. I mentioned in the first few minutes about taking your chances, and you know, I think we've had maybe 1 or 2 chances today, but we've not taken them. You need to be creating more chances in order to beat a team like this.
Frustration for Leeds. Sanderson in particular, Shauna Legg trying to tell her to calm down.
Whenever there's a decision anywhere on the pitch, Shauna Legg's never that far away. She could be near the corner flag and you'll just see Shauna Legg sprinting to have a word with the referee. She manages the game and the referee so well.
Playing for a goal kick.
Not sure if the ref's whistle is broke or his stopwatch.
Time is of the essence, so no doubt about it. Green. They've got bodies forward, but there's no space. Just a leg. This needs to be quick for Leeds. They've really running out of time. Leg fires it forward. Flick on header goes the right way. Keeper should be coming for it. Out to Hughes. White to Green. Out to Cassidy now. Options on the far right hand side. Cassidy will just thump it long, looking for any flick on. Out to Watson. Trying to steer it to Sanderson. It's just too far in front of her. It's out to Hughes again. Now Green. You've got White practically playing as a striker. Watson's joined in as well.
I think we've got time for this. It's got to get in the box.
Leg it's up to Watson. Headed away by Dean. Out to Millard. Try to just get it forward. Scrappy doesn't cover the nature of this game. It'll fall to Graham. Back across towards Woodruff. It'll be a corner. Ahmed's asking for how long. And Abby Graham's caused problems since coming off the bench. He's going to take this set piece. Ellie White's been taking them all match long. Everyone practically forward for Leeds. Gary Simpson's getting involved in the mix. This will be the last dance, you feel. Got to be a good delivery. They've gone near post. She's done it again. trying to be cute near post. She's frustrated the youngster. That will come with experience. But Cheadle Town have shown a defensive masterclass of frustrate Leeds United. 30 minutes they've been playing defensive football with nobody up front, and a line of players have kept them in front, and Lightfoot's goal is the difference. So frustration, the main word of the day for Leeds United women, as they fall to their first defeat of the season and fall 4 points behind Cheadle Town Stingers. They've won 1-0 this afternoon. Thank you for joining us, and see you again soon.